This is the 6.6 gallon AutoPot XL container, and I am getting ready to put it together for another grow. I just wanted to show you what I do. If you look inside, I have dumped out the contents, cocoa core and also perlite, a number 3, which is a little bit chunkier. And now I have rinsed out the container. There's a little bit of residue inside the container, and I'm going to take a rag and try to wipe that down. While not completely necessary to do a complete cleaning, I do like to try to get my equipment as clean as possible between grows. So in addition to using this soft rag, taking off particulates, it's also drying off where I sprayed off the inside of the container as well. Not all of the roots will come out. It's nice to be able to give it a wipe down from the inside as well as from the bottom. While not perfect, this is about as good as I'm going to clean off the bottom. We want these slots to be able to allow water and nutrients to come up from the bottom and wick. And the calcium ring, which was around the bottom, still has a little bit of mineral content left. Dipping a rag in some white vinegar and a quick wipe will take that away as well. I like to put 3 to 4 inches of perlite in the bottom of these 6.6 gallon containers, and the number 3 size seems to work out very well for me. The media that I use is called Cocoa Pearl from Psycho, and it is 70% cocoa fiber, 30% standard perlite. Between the two, the wicking media and the grow media usually do a fantastic job for me. One thing about perlite is it is quite dusty, so after putting the perlite into the container, I am going to rinse it to try to get some of that dust out before I bring it back indoors. Now that I have the perlite in the container, I usually try to take my finger down to the bottom of the pot until I can feel the plastic. About up to my hand, the length of my finger is about where I want this. So I'll just kind of even out the perlite on the bottom of the container. And now it's time for a quick rinse. If you have a spray head on your garden hose that has the shower setting, that usually works pretty well. Rinsing down the sides of the container. Change over to the jet setting, and I will blast through any residual dust. And now it's time for grow media. Just look inside the bag of this Cocoa Pearl. You're going to see lots of standard perlite as well as a very nice fiber, and this is typical of Cocoa Pearl. It actually has the Royal Horticultural Society approval from the UK. I'm going to add most of this to the upper section of that AutoPot container now. If you happen to look, you'll notice that this is a slightly humped up section. I'm going to just pull it back off the edges of the container and spread this out, try to even it into the corners and give it a light compression just to take out some of the air pockets, because we do want this to wick. You don't have to worry about the water and the air ratio so much because it does have a lot of open voids within the media, but this does allow the continuity of water to wick up to the surface of this particular container. So with a quick wipe around the edge, that is really all there is to it. The AutoPot that I have right here will be used for a jalapeno pepper. The AeroGarden that I've been using to start my seeds is rather limited, and it's a great way to start out plants to move into an AutoPot system, which can grow much larger plants. This is the rather large Farmer's Market jalapeno plant. It will be the plant that I'll be moving out before it grows much larger than what you see right now into that rather large 6.6 gallon AutoPot container. And I'm looking forward to having lots of jalapenos and a monster of a plant. When I transport back and forth from the yard to the indoor office area, a simple trash bag can be zip tied around, and that can be set down without worrying about spilling it into the back seat of a car. This process allows me to keep my indoor garden looking clean, and by keeping the mess out of the office, I can take care of all of the perlite without the dust inside the office. Just unbag the container and I'll be all set for my next grow.